Hello and merry meet. It's Rowan. I'm laughing because I went to hit go live, but I was so used to being on my computer all day. I was trying to look for the mouse pad part. So, sometimes we do fun. So used to being on my computer all day. I was trying to look for the mouse pad part. So, sometimes we do funny things. All right, I'm gonna invite a couple people to the live. Tonight is Tuesday Tarot, every Tuesday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am here to do one card tarot pulls. So welcome if this is your first time. I always appreciate if this is your first time. I always appreciate, never expected are the gifts, but I also love the hearts. So that's an easy way to actually just share your love with me is by given a favorite with a heart. So tonight I'm going to actually start. I've got some cards out, but I did want to show some cards you can buy. So if you actually read tarot yourself, or if you, I actually know people who just collect tarot cards, which is actually kind of cool. So because of that, I thought I would show a couple decks that you can purchase on my website. My website is in my bio. It's a bio link, so similar to Linktree. Not as popular, I guess. Well, it's associated with my website because my website gives you the bio link. So kind of cool. So I'm going to just show, these are all packaged. They are literally ready to go. So if it's you happen to go, oh, that's a cool deck. I do have pictures of some of the cards. So I'm going to start. So I know some people don't like dark tarot, but this is a fun deck and I don't have it out, but brand new in the package on my website. I believe they're $27. This one I don't have marked. So I believe they're $27, but Dark Side Skeleton Tarot. And yes, the cards are black and white with skeletons. So it's a pretty fun deck. Another one, which is kind of cool. Yep, 27. I was going to say, I'm pretty sure all of them that come from this company are 27. This one is Tarot of the Nile. Oh, I'm going to flip this so that you can... There we go. All right. I am used to holding it the other way, but Tarot of the Nile. So it is associated with the Nile. They're all just kind of pictures on the back. I'll show the other one since the other deck was backwards. And there are no pictures on the back of the deck, but yep, sealed on my website. So if I show you any of the cards that you like there's usually about one or two pictures, but you can always, one thing I do when I'm looking to order and everything, because not always does the publisher actually show you all the cards. I'll Google, because some people will actually take pictures of multiple cards and then you have an idea of what they look like. But here's another tarot deck, and this one has the flip top. But Mirror Truth Tarot. That one, no pictures on the back. Let me see if I can find a price. Yes, these are $24.99. And again, they're available on my website. I will end with that. So 2 Oracle decks that I grabbed. So this is actually a really fun Oracle deck. This is the second edition, the Witch's Oracle. These are $29.99. Mine are upstairs. These are really cool. There's a picture of a witch's broom, and then it will give you the oracle meaning with the witch's broom. So that's pretty cool. So kind of show that. All right, my favorite. I do not have many of these left. I have found out they are out of print now. I believe they printed in 2023. So yes, and this is the first edition. So I don't know if that means that, because sometimes as and I know this because my parents were antique dealers, but as things age, they can actually become more valuable. So I know I had somebody who had a first edition tarot. I believe it was Aleister Crowley, and I led her to where to go to get how much they were worth, but she had it brand new in the box, and the box was in mint condition. I was like, don't open the box. Like you can like some of them you can get good money for, especially if they're first edition. So this is a really neat oracle deck. So it comes in, the box is coffin shaped and it's roses, dust, and ashes. What is really cool about this deck is all of the cards are associated with symbolism you see in the cemetery, different types of headstones, because there are lots of different types of headstones. The cards are the typical standard, the size, right? But they do come in the really cool coffin box. So, yep, it's an oracle featuring cemetery symbols. They are $60. I believe I only have 3 left and they are out of print. So once they're gone, they're gone. Like I'd ordered something like 30 when they came out and they are not printing them again at this point. So last I looked, because I emailed because I get it from the publisher and they're like, no, they're out of print. We're not printing them again. So I was like, oh, because I'm down to like my last 3 and there's a couple events that I do that these sell really good. If this is like you're like, oh my gosh, yeah, you want to get it because when I do my in-person event, it will be gone. So, all right. I thought I'd start Tuesday Tarot with showing a couple different types of tarot decks that are available on my website. Again, my website is in my bio. So you can just hit my bio and then it'll show you Triple Goddess Apothecary and Reiki. That's my website. And then you can just go and check out, there's tarot decks, oracle decks, spells, because I do spells, like spell kits, candles. I love my handcrafted candles are like awesome. Well, okay, I think they're pretty awesome. Like this is one type that I do. And then I have a couple other types that I do. So, kind of fun. So lots of fun stuff if you're looking for witchy things. So please feel free to go there. But this is Tuesday Tarot. So, Bren will usually join me. He's not usually here right exactly when I start. So we'll see if he joins, and I'm hoping that my phone will stay charged. So it was one of those days I was getting ready to go live. I'm like, I didn't even charge my phone. So I will go till my phone needs to be charged, or there's not many questions for Tuesday Tarot. So it is Tuesday Tarot. What that does mean is that I am doing 1-card readings. So if I need clarification, I might pull an extra card for you. So I've got like a bunch of decks here, a bunch of tarot decks. I've got a couple oracle decks. I actually love this deck, the Nova deck. I know I've talked about it a couple other times when I've gone live, and I can't say enough. Like what I like about it is that you can do a lot of clarification, and yes and no questions are really great. It is out of print. So the first printing was in 1977 and the second printing was in 2009. Now I got the second printing and this is how it came. Literally, like this is just literally paper that's folded over. It is kind of glossy. So I guess, I don't know, what do they call that? Glossy? Probably glossy. And it's just taped. So this is literally what it came in. It comes with the instructions. It tells you how to actually do Celtic cross with these cards. They are an oracle deck. They're all black, white, or red and white. And you can use it as a yes, no, and then you can, so I love these for clarification. These are really great for clarification. So there's so this will be also in red. The eagle will, let's see, okay, there are 2 blank ones in here. Trying to find just so that you can get an idea. Yeah, so there's space. Oops. I'll get used to it because I have it flipped. So, factory. So the cards are really cool. So, like I said, I love using these for clarification. If clarification is needed, or if somebody has a yes or no question, I can read it as a yes or no question. You can read tarot as yes and no. I don't usually read my tarot as yes and no. You can read tarot as yes and no. I don't usually read my tarot as yes and no. They don't come across to me as a yes, no question. And each reader is going to do things differently. Like I have a friend, she reads, but she does not read any reversals. I read reversals. So like, that's just kind of like each of us readers have our little quirks that we enjoy. So, but yes, I've got cards ready. So if you would like a 1-card reading, I will see if I need to pull an oracle deck for you, if I need to pull a Normand. And it's really easy how I do this. So you can type your question in the chat, or you can just say general. If I happen to miss you, please just retype it. I try to watch, and thank you so much everybody who's given me hearts. I totally appreciate the love. Love back at y'all. So I do try not to miss anybody, but if you happen to put your question in there and I miss it, I just list it again, and be patient. If we're in the middle of a reading and you want to have a reading, just wait, because you'll get your turn, and we try to give everybody the same amount of attention. Welcome, Bryn.
Hello. Sorry about that other night. It's just a poof. I'm like, God bloody heck.
I know how that goes. And then I was actually so exhausted that I was only on for I was able to go through the book in maybe an hour. So I was barely on an hour too. So no one had questions. It was just a quiet night. I think because of the holiday too.
Yeah, that probably did it too.
Yep.
And one of the decks I'm gonna be using is one that I kind of forgot that I had. And oh boy, is it dark. Here, I don't think you've ever seen. It's called the. Oh, they're like a hot mess, but anyway, who cares? Who cares?
I do too. I'm done. I keep thinking it's Monday and it's Tuesday. So
yeah, the holiday ruined our groove.
Right? Yes.
Oh, that made it worse. Never mind.
So the deck I'm going to be using have all my lights on, so it's darker for me than it normally is, and I'm like, it's all good.
Yeah, dang son. But the deck I'm going to be using is this one called the Royal. Ooh. This one is like sci-fi meets horror. Let's see if I can find the perfect one at the bottom. Oh, that looks so sweet. Look where her hand's at.
Someone's having fun tonight.
Oh, well. Oh, that looks like a nice 2 of cups. But one thing, though. Looks like has the upper hand here. He's the man better listen.
Last week before you popped on, I was showing this deck, and I forgot, some of the deck is very, I had to, literally, cover some of the cards. I was like, oh, and here's this card.
Okay, but you got some of this going on.
Yeah, it's let me block this card. Oh, thank you, Toxic. Would you like a general reading, or do you have a question for us? You can type your question or just type general, and we'll go for it. Ooh, I'm supposed to actually, I'm supposed to read a different deck for him. Why does Angel and Vinny target me intentionally when I've done nothing to them? Oh, yep. See, that's why. See the. So we'll see who pulls first. Since it was the one, I was I was being drawn to use this deck, and I was like, I didn't even pull it out. Right. Okay, so for Toxic. All right, looks like I might be ready to Brennis, but you get 2 cards because you get one from each of us. Wow. Your card is the Fool. I'm really getting that you really have a lot of beautiful gifts and talents, and they're just not appreciated. I'm really feeling so with this, the Fool's literally on his new journey, and it's a journey of discovery all the time. And I'm really feeling that you're on this beautiful life path. And literally the minute I started shuffling the deck, I got the feeling that Angel and Vinny are jealous. So I'm going to pull a Nova card too, just so that we have, because I really feel like that needs to be pulled. So I'm just going to ask, Are Angel and Vinny jealous of Toxic Crusader? Yes. And we got the gum, the gum here, the gum card, but it's saying yes, which tells me like literally they are jealous of you. You are on a beautiful life path, so do not change it. Don't change your life paths. I see, hun. Yep, I know exactly who you are, hun, and you are beautiful. So yeah, they're jealous and they're trying to bring you down. So when I pull this card, they're trying to bring you down. And, you know, I'm just going to throw my 2 cents in her. There's unfortunately so many people in life that are so unhappy and miserable that unless they make everybody else around them unhappy and miserable, they will do everything to pull you down. So that's exactly what I've got. And then we'll see what Bryn has.
I'm just waiting for the one mausoleum card to come out. Because so far, it's like, okay, we're going to choose. Okay, well, any second now.
Well, and we've got to go with like, we have to go with our instinct. It's just like I knew I was supposed to pull from the my Nightfall tarot deck. Like as soon as you said you had a question, I'm like, I'm supposed to pull from that deck.
The Keeper of Whispers, the Mad Prophet. Curiosity, madness, forbidden knowledge. The Mad Prophecy. Okay, so that's the core theme. Well, what's it about? 5 of Cups. But you notice how she's like on the ground like, oh, how could you do this? Then the 8 of Blades. Well, what I'm seeing from this is that there's some kind of force that has literally lost their mind and gone crazy because of just something pertaining to something that they're keeping away from somebody. And there's someone, or at least I'm getting that vibe too, like some things at play. The Keeper of Whispers, well, if that doesn't scream gossip, I don't know what else does. And interestingly enough, in this card, there's 2 birds, there's 2 crows in the background, and she's the only thing that's white and pure. Maybe the birds. Maybe there's a word from the birds. And then
the funny thing is even though she's white and pure, the look on her face.
It's like,
I wouldn't trust her, but I would trust the birds. Even though, like, a lot of countries feel like, you know, like black birds tend to be like an evil omen. But also keep in mind, like, you know, like we've got the god Odin, we've got the goddess Morgan, who are associated with them, and they're actually helpful when we're in our community.
Yep. And crows, actually, I think ravens too, they are very tight with each other. They understand friendship very well. So in a way, there's 2 of them in there, and she's the only outlier. Like 2 birds going against 1. And then this, well, that's like going right into the cranium.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking. Exactly. Like, yes, we're really in sync. Bren and I are. Yeah, see, they're like they're like getting into your mind. And and I don't understand. A lot of people do this. They'll do stuff to actually try to like intentionally aggravate you. And it's like, don't you have anything better to do with your life?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a woman persuading them to do it. Yeah, sometimes you have to walk away. I actually, over this weekend, I'd been saving all my divorce. I went through a very, very messy divorce. So when I say I had a dark phase in my life, like it was, there's divorce, bad divorce, and then you have like those few people in the world that have like the worst divorces on the planet. And so mine would be up there with worst divorce on the planet. I actually burned all my copies because I was talking to somebody who is in the law field, and I'm like, how long should I keep this documentation? And they're like, it's been that long? Oh, honey, get rid of it. And, you know, I could shred it or anything, but I will tell you what, setting it ablaze, that made me feel so good.
I set fire to shit. Let it burn.
Yeah, you know, Tox, sometimes we have to let those people go because they're not healthy for us.
Yep, let them go off the cliff.
Yep. And it feels good. Put their names on a piece of paper and burn it. Like, I'm telling you, like, I have always loved doing that. But, like, after this weekend, like, I literally, my husband's like, whoa. And he's like, yeah, you feel good now? And I said, I feel a lot better. You know, and it's amazing how freeing it is. You know, it's just that cord cutting. You can even simply take a black and white candle. I only have red up here right now, but you can take, I'm going to just kind of show you what you can do. And this also helps tremendously. In your case, you might want to do 3 candles every time. Let them go. When I come live, they stop and make.
Well, you want to know what's really creepy? Because I just thought in my head to say, you know what, just give me 3 cards to describe these other 3 in question. Well, one got the Prince, the Forgotten Adversary, Sorrow, Lost Valor, and Serendipity. There's one. The next one is the Exile, the Forsaken Soldier, Strategy, Failure, Trauma. Then last but not least, which I find this ironic, Lady of the Mass, the Shaper, Reclamation, Vanity, Surface Appearances. Well, if that wasn't allowed, they're doing something. I don't know what else does. But yeah.
So how you would do and this, you don't have to, like, you know, it's so simple, but you'd want to do 3 since there's 3. So I would do 2. And actually, I would actually pull a couple candles. Make yourself a white candle. You want a black candle for each of them because you want protection, but you also want to bind them away from you. And then I would do a red candle. So, but what I would do is I would tie the cord around black candle, tie the cord around the other black candle, and then you tie the cord around the white candle. So you're going to have a triangle. Then you're just going to say the cord is cut, you're out of my life, and then take a red candle, okay? Because the red candle represents what our heart pumps through our body. I don't know if we can say that, okay, on TikTok or not. So we'll just say our heart's pumping it through our body. Take the red candle and dribble it on the black candles as representation that they are going to sacrifice what pumps through their body if they continue to harass you. There you go, honey. I have fun with this kind of stuff.
Yep, and I mean, and another, well, this one's a little bit, you got to be more physically involved with it. And this is what I like to call teeing them off into the abyss, literally. So what you do, you get 3 golf balls. And what you do is you make spirit powder. And to make spirit powder is very simple. Very simple. Where's my notebook? Oh, right there. Okay. So this is how you make spirit powder. It's very simple. Very easy peasy lemon McSqueezy. So you take a piece of paper, unless if you have a personal concern, but to keep it simple, say you don't. And what you do is you write in 1 sentence a description of whomever, like the target. You're gonna write it 9 times, then you're gonna just take those 9 times, and then you're gonna make little strips of paper. You're gonna get something that's fire safe. You're gonna take each piece of paper, light it, and then you're gonna have the ash of it. Yep. And then from the ash, you're gonna take the golf ball, then you're just gonna rub it into that ash of the one person, and then you're going to put the person's name on that golf ball. So now this ball now represents this person. Put it to the side, repeat again, then repeat it again. Then after that, these 3 balls are now going to represent them. Now, what are you going to do with them? Well, go to a driving range at night and just go 4, tee them off into the void. And as soon as they're going out of your life. And then as soon as you hit the last one, turn around and face backward. Like, as soon as you hit the last one, turn through. That way you're facing the other way and just walk away and don't turn back.
Yeah. Yes, we always want to walk away from those. And if you want to do the one that I told you, it's best if you can go someplace and do it someplace that you don't typically go to. And you cord cut it. You let it burn down. Then as soon as it's about to burn, you turn and you walk away and don't. You let it go. It's hard. It's really hard because some of us are empaths and we care about other people. And then there's people out there that don't. They could not care less. Like if they saw someone choking, they wouldn't give them the Heimlich. So unfortunately, there's a lot of people out there like that.
Yeah.
It's very, very unfortunate.
And then again, as I love to say, turnabout is fair play eventually.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And it's sometimes like we have to like let the past go. Like I said, like this weekend for me, I could have done a spell. I didn't. I was just like, I'm watching this puppy go up in flames. I did use a little bit of like my grill light, my charcoal lighter, but I got a pretty hot fire and it felt pretty good to watch it all burn. I'm also an Aries, so I love my fire.
I mean, another kind of this is so horrible. Another thing that I used to do, actually I don't have any plans, but if somebody really agitated me, like really ticked me off, well, again, I would do the exact same thing, except I would just write their name on the piece of paper on the strip, and then get the same spirit powder, write on the piece of paper, blow it off, then throw it into one of the little vases with plants in it, or my hyacinth bulbs. So it's just like, okay, you think you're slick? Okay, I'm going to feed you to my plants then.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, totally understand toxic. If they come in, you have to leave. That's completely fine. I do post the replays of these videos. They're about 2 weeks behind on my Patreon and my YouTube, so you can always catch the replays if we're still talking. But I totally understand. That's like the other thing. I don't understand why people stalk people online. Like, I don't understand it at all. It's so crazy. Just absolutely crazy. Another one you can do if you know, like, they're, if you know, like, they're spreading rumors and lies about you. This one's pretty heavy duty, but you can get a cow tongue. You can usually get those at an Oriental supermarket or a Mexican supermarket. Like I get one, like we have the supermercado by my house. That's usually where I go when I get this. And I just get the cow's tongue and I actually write their name. And like, if they're saying lies, I say, all the lies go back to you, or stop spreading lies, or stop with the gossip. But you cut the tongue open, you put the paper with their name on it and what they're doing wrong and that they need to stop. And you put that in there, and then you literally take twine and you wrap the tongue, and you can leave it at the crossroads. So, yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Like some people, like I had, like, honestly, you know what? I'm gonna tell this story. This story is worth telling, and I don't give a flying hoot anymore about this person. So
off with his head.
Yeah. So a biological relative of mine who happens to be a sibling of my mother's, I was extremely close to this relative, okay, this sibling of my mother's. Very, very close through my whole childhood, even into adulthood. Well, my mother got really sick. She passed away in 2023. And her relative wanted to put her in a nursing home, and she didn't need to be in a nursing home. Like when it initially happened, my dad is 100% capable of taking care of my mother and did not leave her side. The only time he left her side was if like my sister or my brother like any of my siblings were there. So, so she was creating problems in the family, bad problems in the family. So bad that while my mother was still coherent, she said, I no longer want to be buried. I want to be cremated, and I don't want a funeral. Like, because of this sibling, it had gotten, like, the way this sibling was treating my mother, my father, and then my brothers and my sister and I, like, she like got so nasty about it, to the point that her son was posting horrible things about my father online. And and if you know, like, so this sibling of my mother's literally has a lot of money and has neglected her biological son. Okay, so I guess we know it's an aunt. Sorry, I said she. It's all good. To the point that my brothers and sisters were inviting him to holidays because his own mother wouldn't invite him. So he, like, literally starts posting nasty things about my family because that's what his mom is, like, feeding everyone. So my mother passes away, and we knew she was going. I have a sibling that lives in another state. I live in another state. We all flew out and said goodbye before she passed. And then she ended up passing a couple days later after we all left. So we did a living memorial because that's what she wanted. She she wanted a living memorial. So we had a living celebration, and it was very beautiful. So her sibling literally happened to call my father, and he's like, I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. And basically, I'm sorry your sister has passed. Please do not say anything to anybody. I have not told my children yet. What does she do? She posts it all over Facebook. Yeah. I'm literally getting my groceries at the grocery store when all of a sudden I start getting messages through Facebook, Instagram, and my texts saying, I'm so sorry for your loss. So that's how I knew she was going to go, right? But, like, it was pretty bad. So where I was going with this is my childhood friend that I have known since I was 3.5 years old, my mother's sibling, my aunt. Okay, I'm just going to say my aunt. I'm not going to say her name because I'm not going to be that petty. She brainwashed my childhood friend and her mother. So my childhood friend, we'll call her Mary Beth, and her mom, Mary Jane. That's what we'll just say. That's not even close to their names. So Mary Jane was my mom's really good friend, and Mary Beth was my good friend, right? My aunt literally told them so many lies. It was so toxic. I got a nasty message from my friend Mary Beth. Nasty. And I was like, you know what? I was like, first I was upset. But then I was flipping the phone off, and I'm like, F-bombing this, F-bombing that. And then I was like, you know what? I'm done. Like, you go ahead, go be friends with my aunt. I'm done with you. And so, like, I actually learned, I cut a lot of people out with that. But yes, there are some nasty people. They can even be blood related. So, thank you, Toxic. Yeah, it was not a good situation, and, like, no one needed that. And the worst part, like, I mean, it got even worse than that. If you guys, like, if I told you even the whole story, you all would be like, what the F-bomb? Yeah, I mean, no, Brent, believe it or not, it got worse. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, I just got this image in my head of just, if I was in that situation, I wouldn't be able to control myself.
No.
Hey, I have a question to ask you. Yeah, so I don't know how to tell you this, but if you keep this up, you probably will be underneath the daisy bed, so please stop.
Oh, like, I literally, my brother's like,
off with
like,
her head.
She better hope she never runs into you. I mean, I sent her a message, and I was like, and she didn't even respond. She read it, but she didn't respond. And I was like, all right, I tried to be nice. I'm like, if I ever see her again, or if I ever talk to her again,
Allow me. You'll be in court, Missy, for, let's see here, what's that called? Defamation of character or larceny? Actually, no, that'd be larceny.
Yeah, I know. So, Peace, do you want a general reading or do you have a specific question that you want us to answer for you? As we all share our promise. TikTok promise.
Now, for the chi.
Yeah, I'm like, ooh, this deck is supposed to be for. So, let's see. Okay, I just see a reading, so I'm going to take it that you just want a general reading, Peace. Oh, yeah, general. Okay. Oh, want to know what I'm supposed to be doing next? Oh, you're exhausted. Okay. What is Peace supposed to be doing next? Ah, your card flipped right out. Ooh. It's a nice card that flipped out. I got the High Priestess. So here's, I'm not getting that you're supposed to have like a female High Priestess that's guiding you, but you're being led to be like your own High Priestess. You've had lots of decisions. It's time for you to sit back and take in all of the knowledge that you've gained and figure out how to share that. And I know you do lots of beautiful lives too, because sometimes I catch like parts of them. So I'm really getting that it's time for you to just take that seat and share what you've learned. You don't need a High Priestess. And like I'm really feeling meditation too. Like I'm really feeling like that's a big, strong thing here. And also the cool thing with the priestess is like her dress is like water. It like literally turns into water. But with this card, like look at how cool. Oops, let's see if I can get my finger there. The moon is in there. It's just like enveloped. And Bren got a good one. So we need to see because like the link is like we link. Everything gets linked here.
So the Mausolea card that came out is the Golden Empress.
Ooh, see, we got two.
Potency, confidence, magnetism. The Jewel of Abydos. Well, so this is what I like to call you gotta flaunt it, strut it.
Yeah.
And of all the cards to pull, the High Priestess.
Yep, see, we both got the High Priestess. It's a High Priestess night, girl. There you go, Peace.
And what's interesting is like how this one is like in the monochrome color.
Yeah.
And the other one, it's in color.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's like being able to be within the like the seen and then also the unseen, like the below and the above. But then you're also like the Golden Empress, the jewel in the center.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's very, very interesting because what I'm seeing. Wait a minute.
So, Peace, I saw like I just
move that. It's behind her head now instead of at her feet.
Instead of underneath. Yeah. As above, so below. As within, so without.
Yep. As above, so be below. And while looking at this, wait. Oh, Snapple. There's a crescent moon on top of her head. Really faint though.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes me think. Oh, wait a minute. She's also holding something that has a moon tip on the side.
I'm going to pull one of my Nova cards because I know you want some clarification, and I did see you post that you can't meditate because you have too much pain. And I think that's part of this. Mm-hmm. I got the space card. So the pain is holding you back. And what is really cool is this is the space card. So literally your first card, we've got the crescent moon on the ground below. Then we have the crescent moon has moved up, and now we've got space. And yes, the pain is holding you back. I'm going to just throw out a couple things. You may be trying these already because I know you like do a lot of similar stuff that I do. I have found that the Solfeggio frequencies help so much. So what I like to do is I put them on so that they go through all 9 Solfeggio frequencies while I'm sleeping. I personally like Meditative Mind. It doesn't mean that you'll like Meditative Mind, but there's a lot of them out there that do the Solfeggio frequencies. I listen to one. It's on Spotify and it's also on YouTube, and the YouTube has no commercials. And I get the 6-hour one because I tend to sleep about 6 hours. And I noticed if I don't listen to it, I don't get good quality sleep. And I had like really severe allergies this season, like really severe. And it was causing a lot of head issues. And actually, like I was coughing a minute ago, that's from my allergies. I noticed if I don't listen to the Solfeggio frequencies, like last night I didn't, because my husband doesn't like to listen to them when he goes to bed. And he went to bed early, so it kind of like messed up my sleeping last night. That's neither here nor there, but it literally works on your cellular level, and it helps different aspects. So like if my head is hurting because of my allergies, I'll listen to the higher frequencies associated with the throat through the crown, because that takes care of that situation. But yeah, you're going to want the full body. So when I was listening to them, I was feeling better. Yeah, and you know what? If you just listen to them when you go to sleep at night, like it's subliminally while you are sleeping, your unconscious is more aware. And so your body's actually going to heal yourself better. And there are, like, I'm not just like throwing this out there. In my sound healing training that I've been having, they literally showed us from Harvard University and Johns Hopkins, they literally took like massive study with like 100 people who'd had heart attacks, and 100 people who had this surgery, and 100 people who had this, and then 50 people they all got the same medical treatment, but half of the group got the Solfeggio frequencies and the other half didn't. And the people who got the Solfeggio frequencies, they healed faster. Yeah, it's like there's a reason why the Eastern civilization is healthier than us, because a lot of these things they have been doing for centuries upon centuries, and we're not doing them as much. So,
which is a big whoopsie whoops.
It is. So like that's why like our spiritual community is so great, because so many of us incorporate a lot of these beautiful things that seem like sometimes I think we're a little bit ignorant here in the Western world. But let's see. Yeah, you felt better when you were listening to them. Truly appreciate you. Yep, we love you too, hon. So,
I have to point this out because I pulled 2 more for clarifying. So.
Okay. 2 more.
So we have the golden empress with the moon going that way. Okay. Now look at this. Okay, first we had the high priestess behind the head. Okay, Kinkerdoodle. Then we had the next one that come out is the 8 of Cups, but look where the moon's at.
Ooh.
So now it's going that way. But now, the next card I pulled was the moon, and now it's going the opposite way. It's facing the opposite way. And now this one, Judgment, the moon, going up and over.
Up and over. Yeah, so you've got the moon in literally every direction, above, below, to the right, to the left. Okay, we know you've got a client, hun, but yeah, you can let us know if you have time, come back. I don't know, we'll be on until we stop getting questions. What does it mean? We even got the space card. So, and the moon brings healing energy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
also the one that activates your karmas.
Yes.
It activates the things you experience.
And see, right there, it's just saying you need to heal while you're sleeping, too. During all the phases of the moon.
Mm-hmm. Go on a journey with the moon. Dance with the moon.
Yes.
Flow with the moon.
Have some prophetic dreams, some lucid dreaming while you're doing it. That's everything, like all the beauty's right there.
Yep, the moon. She's beauty and she's grace. She's gonna evade the vase. Or I don't know. I'd have to come up with something to rhyme.
The moon has always been my favorite. Ever since I was little, I always loved the moon.
Yeah, I prefer the moon instead of the sun because the sun flames too much.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm a fire person, but the moon has always been my draw to. And then when I was little, I actually was in a dance. So when you get your master's in dance, you have to do choreograph like something like the Nutcracker, right? And so,
yeah.
One of my first dance teachers, he was getting his master's degree, and he came, and I was literally 4 years old, and he was looking for little kids to be in this big piece, and it was based off of the Brothers Grimm story, Der Mond, the moon. And so I've always absolutely loved that story, not just because of that. Like my grandmother would say it to me in German, my great grandmother would say it to me in German, but like then to be in that dance. And I remember she was like, "Oh, you were in that dance," you know? So it was like really, really profound, but yeah. So if you've not read the story, Der Mond, it is translated into English. It is a very beautiful story about the moon. It's one of my favorites. So there's lots of beautiful folklore and mythology about the moon. This one happens to be my favorite.
Yep.
The Chinese and the Japanese have some great ones, but yeah, the German one is still my favorite.
but I think I know the Chinese ones are really out there because they have those drums that go boom, 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 boom. Oh, I don't know about you, but I like the noise that they make. And their theater, I mean, one thing I notice, the male characters, they always do this with their beards.
Yes, they do.
They're really animated, and that's what I like about them.
Yeah, there was an interesting one, I know, and I cannot remember it specifically, about a goddess who's the goddess on the moon.
Oh, Chang'e.
Yes. See, as soon as I started talking, I knew. I'm like, yeah, between me and Bren, we'll remember.
Chang'e.
Mm-hmm. And yes. That's a beautiful story too. I would say that's my second favorite story.
Yep, Chang'e. Oh, because of Hu Yi shooting all the suns out of the sky except one. Then him and Chang'e got damned out of heaven. Long and behold, Hu Yi went out on a hunt, and Chang'e was guarding the elixir. But little did she know it, she was going to get ganked into the home. Then she was left up to a decision to drink it or not to drink it and give it to the thieves. She said, nah, had to drink it. Then she got stuck on the moon. Or there's the other variation where they couldn't stand not being in heaven, so as soon as she got the elixir of immortality, she drank it. But it depends on the variation. But either way, she's landed on the moon, and she's all crap. Oh well. Then long and behold, just out of nowhere, just because, mythical woozy-woo, here comes a jade rabbit, like, "Oh, I say, lady, what are you doing up in here? Don't you know that there's rabbits here?" Did this thing just talk to me? "Yes, ma'am, I do speak." "Can you make me an elixir to go back home?" "Oh, I say, that's going to take a long time for you to make." And she's been stuck on the moon ever since, yeah.
So while we're paused for a quick second, thank you everybody who has provided gifts. We really do appreciate it. Always appreciated, never expected. And thank you for everybody who's given likes to the video. Totally appreciated. Again, today is Tuesday Tarot. So if you would like a reading, you can type general or you can type your question and we will pull cards for you. Guaranteed one card. We sometimes pull more.
You never know. It's like the box of chocolates effect. You never know what you're going to get until you open it.
And you never know with us.
You never know.
Nope, you have no idea what we talk about in between. But we do have fun. It is fun. And Thursday is our last spiritual topic on the planet. So we're
our last planet, the little shithead Pluto.
Yep. So it will be fun. we'll end this week with Pluto, and it's actually the last chapter in the book too. So it's wrapping up all the chakras. I know it went fast, even though it's been 2 months. We really went so for those that don't know, Tuesday is Tuesday Tarot. We're live spiritual panel on Thursday, and Sunday is Witchy Book Club. And so I'll be starting Spiral Dance by Starhawk. I thought, wow, this is a fun one to come to. Oh, and Sunbun wants a general.
Alrighty. They're getting the big one, the honker one, the one that's making me have difficulty shuffling it.
Yep. Well, I shuffle the ones that I could shuffle like a normal poker deck. I shuffle them like the big ones just because I got into that habit because of the big ones.
Well, I mean, there was also the idea for me to just do the 78 card pickup.
Yes. I actually, when I get new decks, that's what I do before I put them together to charge them outside. My husband's
okay, new deck, okay, let's break you in a little, okay? Let me just go through all the cards real quick. Okay, last one. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, mess with it. Okay, let's pick it up.
That's exactly it.
Don't throw the card, it hits me in the face, deck. Come on now. None of that.
Right, I've done that. As long as I don't get a paper cut. Ooh, we got upright the 5 of Cups, and this one is very watery. I'm really feeling like you're being drawn to water for some reason. And it's not the emotion. I'm not getting I'm literally feeling like for some reason you're supposed to be near water. Maybe you're going to be going fishing or something later this week. Oh, okay. We got a good one. Okay, Bren, what is it? Because I'm just really feeling drawn to water. Ooh, the moon. And see, if you look, there's the moon in the back of this too. Wow, we've got a lot of moon energy coming through.
Yeah, but I think today's let me see. Only way to find out.
Last night.
It is a new moon.
Yep, last night. In Gemini.
Oh, it's in Gemini?
It's in Gemini.
Oh, moon sitting with the Sun, Mercury, and Jupiter.
Yeah.
Oy. Woo!
Yeah, I'm just, I'm really feeling like you're being drawn to water somehow. Maybe you need to go dip in a pool. It's it's the need to be cleansed. That's what it is. It's that cleansing need. I'm not saying that you smell, because we can't smell you. It's that deeper cleanse that a lot of times empaths need to wash away the extra emotions you're picking up. Or there might be something to do with fishing, or a lake, or a body of water, like an ocean, a lake, or a river. Yeah, it's like a body of water. There's that's what I'm yeah. And the moon does move the water, and the moon is associated with water. So we're getting a lot of interesting mixes here.
All I have to say is this. F this deck.
Ooh, Queen of Cups.
My card. F this deck.
Yeah. Woo.
So talk about being wet, more wet, and extremely wet.
Yeah. Yep. Wet, wet, wet. So it's it's telling you need to go get in the water. Literally. You need to dunk yourself.
Yep, and specifically with this also being an arachne figure with the cups, don't be afraid to weave yourself, weave and make a tapestry of your spiritual side too. like weave something that gives you this feeling of emotional fulfillment, or even better yet, stitch. Wow, that's deep. Jeez, that came out of nowhere. Don't figure out a new way to stitch your feelings back together. Stitch your heart back together. I don't know why that came out, but I'm just gonna roll my head and go with it. Or make a tapestry with your emotions. Be more creative with how you emotionally connect with other people or in others. But oi. F this deck, man. I say that every time when she comes out, she's like, oh, hi. Oh, God. Of course you do.
Lots of healing and cleansing. Yeah. And you know what? Actually, I know, like, we have previously talked, and I know the cult you came from. My cult was kind of similar, but no, there's probably lots there. And maybe you've had a bunch of memories come up this week. But yes, that's
seriously F this deck.
The other thing that's really interesting about it is like the best time to do a body cleanse is around new moon, and the new moon was last night, so you've still got 2 more days to do a really nice Duncan cleanse.
Yep, and funny enough, where the moon is at, constellation-wise, it's in the part of Gemini that's known as the mournful teardrop. The wet one. That's literally what it's called, the wet one. I'm not even kidding. And it's associated with hurricanes, tornadoes, and also Lord Shiva. This is literally saying if there's anything in the physical, well,
yep. Yeah.
Make a tornado out of it and go.
Yep. Yeah. And you know, honestly, like I would say, like here in Chicago, I did a new moon ritual once in Lake Michigan. And it was during COVID when we weren't supposed to be like near other people, and we all met downtown and we waited for the lifeguards to leave because they leave at 7. And because during COVID, you could not get into Lake Michigan for like, I want to say the first year, maybe year and a half. But as soon as the lifeguards left under the new moon, when it was really dark, we got in the lake. And I will tell you, it was the most profound experience. So if you have the ability to go to a lake or an ocean when the sun is going down right now, I would do it. Like that's literally, I mean, because we're getting this water, we're getting all these moons. That's where your cleansing is supposed to be. That's where the cleansing and healing is.
And how does that song go? Get in the water.
Oh, and you found a new mantra too. That's always good. Like it's good for us to have new mantras. It definitely is. Like that's how we live and grow too. Affirmations, mantras, they all like help us out so tremendously. But that's beautiful. Yeah, wow. Like a serious, intense night.
Yep, it's wet. It's like, good Lord, Chandra, you're all over the place tonight.
Yeah, because in Gemini's an air sign too. So it's like, whew.
Yeah, but, well, sitting with Mercury,
yeah.
Having Mercury, Jupiter, Sun with the moon. Oh, talk about jabber jab all over the place.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Lots of divine light as well in the new moon. Yes. Yes. And, you know, honestly, like, because I do cemetery tours, I noticed when I started doing cemetery tours, and we do them at night, and we walk through different cemeteries in the Chicagoland area. But I had noticed within the first new moon cycles, like the first 2 new moons, that the spirits are actually more active during new moon. And it makes sense because a lot of the deities associated with the underworld, specifically, I'm going to say the goddess Hecate, during the new moon, like the dark moon is her night and the new moon is her moon. Like these are literally her time, but this is when the door to the underworld is open. But I'll tell you, like, you know, you think that you'd see some of this stuff during full moon, but no, it's during the new moon. Full moon energy is different. It actually moves the water and everything a little bit different than the new moon does. And there's just a completely different energy, but new moon brings us some interesting energy. So always really nice. So welcome to those who are just joining. I think we've had a couple that just joined. While we wait a second, I want to thank everybody for all the likes, love all the hearts, and thank you for those that have given gifts. Always appreciated, never expected, but we do really appreciate it. We are doing Tuesday Tarot, so we're doing 1-card readings. So you can type general reading, or if you have a specific question, and Bren and I will answer it. Bren's on break right now, but I know he'll be back. Oh, there we are. See, he's back already. That wasn't a very long break. But yes, so we're just kind of looking. We chit chat in between because sometimes there's like downtime, and we just like to have fun when we're here too. So always fun.
Did you happen to also see the book I'm writing?
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and do a plug for the book while we're on downtime?
Ready. Well, I mean, that's funny because if I was about to put it on the deck, this card comes out. Ace of Twigs.
Ooh, and that's a beautiful card.
Funny. I speak loud and carry a big bloody stick. Lovely. Not the face with it. Okay, hold on. Okay, we're going to go like this.
I think we lost you, Bren. Oh, you're on mute.
Oh, no, I'm still here. It's just I'm playing Tetris with my computer because it's trying to be a bit of a meanie head at the moment.
I know how that goes.
Technology had one bloody job and you couldn't do it. Okay.
Today's been a weird technology day because, I was on the phone with my supervisor and then her computer went down and then she called me back and my computer went down. I'm like, what is going on? And it's been like that all day, so. Other people are having computer issues. Ooh.
See, come on, focus. Maybe if I bring it. Better come on. Focus already. Next, the primordial goddess with the cosmos sewn in her veil. Whoops, too far. Okay, here's a copyright page and all that mumbo jumbo stuff. Yeah, we get the copyright. Table of contents, evocation of prayer, mythological references underneath her veil, etiquette and approach, altar space, correspondences, all the dean's list of that, the spell work and capacities of how Nyx can help, closing prayer, bibliography, acknowledgements, and about the author. Evocation of prayer, and I'll say it aloud. Mother veiled in night, she who always rises upon the fall of dawn, she who forever knows, she who will always be known as First Mother. Mother who is blind, mother who is forever loving, mother who always arrives, mother who always lays us to rest. Where memory ends, her stillness begins. In her night, all things are unmade and known. Sunfall, moonrise, night mother is nigh. Oh, gosh, even just saying that.
It's beautiful.
Oh my gosh. It just has that flow to it. Good Lord.
Now, when you're done, Bren, we'll have to make that one of the books for Witchy Book Club.
Okay. Well, I have, yeah, I like that idea.
No pressure. Don't.
I mean, yeah, it'd be good. It would be good marketing. Material.
It would, but it's also really because I know a lot of people want to know more about Nyx too. So.
Yep. Mythological references. Now this was a pain in the tushy to research because there's that page of reference. There's another one, and another, and another, and another, and another. Yeah, all of that references. Every one that I could find is mentioned. Underneath her veil, and I'll read the quote. Learn to see without your eyes, and that is when you can see everything. Yeah, she's cryptic. There's more about that. Then at the very end of the section, there is all the darkness is All the darkness is but the void that affirms what lies within. Why then fear such an affirming and confirming presence? Ooh. I mean, it's true though. You have the void, God knows what's in there, but whatever you say that's in there is what comes out of it. So why be afraid of something that's saying, yes, here you go. Oh, because it's dark and you can't see. Okay, that's not a good enough excuse. Then there's the etiquette and approach, like say, if you're going to be going towards her and all that. So there's that. And then we have the ultra space, this is also a bit detailed. And then that's as far as I've gotten so far. Getting there.
Yeah. That is so awesome. Yes, we'll definitely make it part of Witchy Book Club when it's published.
And this is book 4. Yeah, the 4th book I've made and published, self-published, the 4th one. The 3rd one, of all the books, the 3rd one was the biggest pain in the tushy. 100 plus pages. Front and back. Oh. But I designed it, wrote it, and all that lovely woozy woo. Same with this one.
That's great. Yes. When that one's done, let's do that as Witchy Book Club. So it'll be the book following whichever one after it's published.
And I would have also said, you know what? Maybe we should also consider putting like one of my other books, like the book about hell in there. But I realized, oh wait a minute, that one has a really intense, traumatic story in it. Because I share the story about like how I first encountered her, and boy, it is graphic. Not saying that it'd be all like, yeah, it's graphic, like, oh Lord, this should be NC-17. No, because that's just what it is. It's detailed to show the amount of dread, the level of dread that I was in, and then hell just coming out of nowhere to say, get up. Yes, ma'am.
Well, and sometimes when they approach, like, it's so important to hear the stories, how different deities approach us.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like when people are in a dark place, like when you're when you're having a hard time, it helps so much for other people to grow and learn. But yeah, like sometimes, unfortunately, on social media, we do have to be careful.
Yep, and even a lot of people, like when I've shared like about the gravity of it, because to be truthful, if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. Plus, on top of that, during that whole situation, I thought my significant other really did pass away. So I'm thinking like, okay, so he's gone. Now, I can't live with this. So getting close to the edge of Gale and Ring Out, here she comes and says, get up. Yes, ma'am. Get up. Wash myself from all the aftermath, which was not really the prettiest thing to look at. No more than just getting right out of the shower. It was at 11:48 p.m. Yeah, I get a Snapchat message, and it's actually a snap message of him, like a video of him, saying that he was okay, everything's fine, everything's cool, and to call and text him, and that he loved me. After coming from the fact, like, oh, wait, you're not gone? Then if I eventually did go through that, it would have been worse.
Yep.
So it's like she stopped not only me kicking the bucket, but prevented him having to live without me being gone. So it's like, at that moment, I literally just fell to their knees and said, whoever you are, I'm at your service. I had to surrender. Because there's nothing that could even match that.
Yeah. And it's so beautiful. Like, I know when I was in my darkest place, and mine's not like the same as yours, mine's completely different. Sekhmet literally reached her hand up and picked me up. She was like, you can stand up here. It's like, yeah, it's like, no, come on, get on your feet. Let's get going. And we all have them. So like, if you come and you're like, oh, we've all had them. And, I hear people say, oh, mine's nothing, because I just had like a fight with my sister, or I had like my husband turned off the internet. But like it affects, like it can be something that maybe you're like, oh, mine's not as bad, but it affected you, so it's bad. So,
Trauma's still trauma.
Trauma, yep.
Yep, and that's another thing I don't like people saying, well, mine wasn't bad. We still got traumatized by it.
Yep.
Well, but I mean, it could have been worse. Don't
Don't
belittle.
say it because you're don't belittle your trauma.
Yep, because the sooner you acknowledge it for like, yeah, it was horrible and I went through that and it did harm me. The sooner you do that, the more you're able to not let it affect you anymore.
Exactly.
Because the more you're just like, oh, it wasn't that bad, you're opening up the pathway of something similar to come around the corner and go again.
Yes.
And we don't want that.
Yes. And you can't and it's like breaking cycles too, because sometimes it's like, why does this keep happening? And I'm telling you from like my personal, like I kept wondering, why does this kind of crap keep happening to me? And when I was finally like, I'm done, like this needs to be over. And by chance, like that's when Sekhmet came to me. She was like, all right, she's ready to stand up on her own 2 feet. She's done. She wants to have like a life that has positivity.
Yep. Wow. I mean, I just pulled 3 random. Freaking! Are you kidding me again?
Another cup card or an Empress card. We've had a lot of moons and water tonight. I mean, it's kind of like, we can't. There's reasons. There's reasons.
About to get more wet. Okay, so in the order of pulled, Queen of Wands, Queen of Twigs. But if you notice, like right down there, wait.
It's fire.
Wait, see, come on, focus. Oh, I wonder where that could be at the bottom, next underneath the triangle. Is that the sign of Aries? Twice. Yep. Okay. All right. No biggie. Then we have the 3 of Twigs. Huh. I wonder where that is. Okay, we got the sun. We got the sun symbol. Just again with the Aries symbol.
Ah.
And also Saturn in Aries. But then we have a fuck this deck. But now here comes the interesting part. You see the sun? You see that sun right in the middle? Look where the sun's at. Behind both their heads. That is symbolic of being enlightened. So,
What were you thinking when you pulled those?
I was thinking, what is the message that is going to be really needing to be heard for us at the moment? Well, we got wet and burning. We got, steam, fire, and water. Then we have looking out into the vast ocean and then seeing the sun afar away. It's like, okay, I can see where we're going now. And then after that, wait a minute. Oh, this is Gemini and Cancer, of course. What degrees moon in? I need to look now. Degree of moon, please.
And Cancer will be here soon before we know it.
And moon's at 19 degrees, so a little above half. So I don't know about you, but this is kind of giving that vibe of, wow. These two, there's a triangle pointing upward. There's a triangle pointing upward on both sides. There's 2 triangles. This one, 2 triangles pointing downward. Going up, and both going down. Okay, so then what is going to be coming from this alley up and then coming back down then? Okay. I don't know. I don't trust this. I trust this as much as, buying snake oil from a sly fox. So the lovely thing that's going to be coming into being is an idiot. No, the fool.
The fool, and see, we had the fool earlier with someone else.
And
There's messages.
Oh, look at that. There's a sun thing on the other side too. So, and that one also has. Well, actually, this one has an arrow pointing up. Okay, then. So tell me then. What is this new adventure then that we're being so... Oh, I don't know. Let's see. What's the word I'm looking for? Why are we being so childlike within? Or what is our new infinite potential that is most at play here? Now, how in the heck does that make sense? Oh, our biggest potential? Wakey, wakey.
Oh my gosh, the judgment card. Yeah, but that one's very like, woo. And oh, Majestic Rose says to say hello. Oh, okay. Majestic, do you want us to pull cards for you, honey? We can do it general, or if you have a specific question. We're just playing with the cards when we wait for people to give us questions.
Or maybe this is like time to bring back to life that infinite potential you have. You're being tested. Do you still have that childhood spark? I hope so. If not, well, back to square one.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Don't collect gold. Don't collect your $200.
Yeah.
Hello, Iris. Life's going to be coming along for...
Okay, all right, Majestic, we'll pull for you. Okay. Well, we always appreciate gifts. So, and if I ever like, I try to thank everybody, but I do miss people. So if I did miss you tonight, know that I do appreciate it. But this pull is for Majestic because she's got a message and that she needs. So we're gonna Majestic needs.
Okay.
Ooh. This is like divine. I got the judgment card. Look at that, Bren. And you had just pulled the judgment card while we were just like fiddling. So Majestic, I'm like really like there's all this fire energy down here, but it's raising you up to that air energy. And you can see there's birds there, and the birds are literally, it's like they're pulling you up by your skirt. I'm really feeling like you're hitting that point. You already know the answer, and your gut has been telling you to go in the right direction, but part of you is holding on to something that you need to let go of, and you need to let go and just rise above it. Like seriously, rise above it. Everything's there to help you to rise, and I can tell the card that Bren got is definitely going to give us the rest of the story.
So we have first the Two of Blades. Okay. And now watch this. High Priestess.
Yeah.
But now watch. You see how she's like...
There's the triangle. You've got the one that's going up and the one is going down with the arms. Well, the arms or the utensil.
Yep, and they're actually pointing to the two pillars. Right here,
yeah, they are. Yes, they are.
And funny, the moon's up there. Now look at that.
Yeah, and see, like, this is just so, it's like pulling you up. It's really giving you the strength of that high feminine energy, too. Like, that feminine energy is coming through.
And if you also notice in the background, I don't know if you can see it, but like...
Oh, yep, the triple goddess.
And, better yet, I don't know if you can see it in the background, but you see the guy going, bye, 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 bye. Guess what day it is? It's hump day! The camel. Yep. So that is really also giving that vibe of a lot of making sure that you're hydrated.
Yeah.
A lot of lunar.
This was a really beautiful reading. So hope that helps you, Majestic. Like, seriously, like, you're there. You've got everything you need. It's literally in front of you, and you've just been holding back. You know the answer.
Get some water. Get in the water. Hey, Princess of the Cups. Get in the water.
Yeah, and actually, let's pull what the second card would be. Oh, yeah, look at that. The Tower would be my second card.
Wrong lever. Oh.
Yeah, you've got to let go of what is holding you back.
So then tell. Okay, then what would that be then? Let me see what I can. What needs to go wrong lever?
The greater good. You need to this is saying it needs to be done. It's going to be destructive.
Interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. What needs to go wrong lever is the that card. Yeah. Something that kicked the bucket maybe has to be accepted that it kicked the bucket. And then the new foundation coming from it is you'll begin the message about what needs to come in. It's going to be on the 3D. Wait a minute.
And there's all that fire. It's going to come in and just it's
going to come out of nowhere.
Queens and queens.
And you're going to feel his love tap.
Yep.
Motivated.
And just like a phoenix, you're going to rise from the ashes. That actually makes total sense because, like with the Tower, that's that destruction. See, you're literally getting pulled up. You're literally getting pulled up. Those are some beautiful cards. Yep. Been feeling a lot lately. Yep. And the cards are saying that you've been feeling a lot lately. And sometimes we have to take that step back and let our intuition just guide us. You know, it's hard. It is so hard. That's why even when I'm pulling cards for myself, a lot of times I will just I even had me and Brent have pulled cards for each other because it's sometimes we can't interpret it because we know what we want the cards to say, even though we know it's not what it's supposed to say.
Yep.
Yeah. And you're so welcome. Welcome. And again, I want to thank everybody for all the hearts and thank you so much for the gifts that you've given to Bren and I. We do really appreciate it. Always appreciated. Never.
It came out again.
Look at that. The moon is out again.
It just spit out of the deck.
So welcome, Majestic.
Damn it, Chandra, quit it. You little man nasty.
Ooh, Bren, you just got a little crown.
See, Chandra, now look what you've done. You made me miss getting crowned. So that's the moon for you.
And tiaras. Yes. And hopefully everybody had a really good full new moon and a good dark moon.
Mm-hmm.
We got a little quiet there, so
yeah, and honestly, I'm one of those people that you could put me in a room where it's pitch, not a sound at all, one of those rooms called crap, what's it called?
Like the soundproof room?
Yeah. And I would just be all
Oh, I have times. Sometimes I'll just all of a sudden start spacing out and my husband will be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine."
Oh, you took me out of my dreamland. Now look what you've done. I gotta get back in there again. No, but I love it when it's nice and quiet because I can go.
Yep. Well, the funny thing is, I see I was saying, silence not bad thing. Some people get uncomfortable. Yeah, I get into almost a trance-like state with my eyes open, and my husband says I don't blink, and so he gets a little worried because he's like, I know you're doing your thing, but well, I've also before when I've astral traveled, I've told him I'm like, hey, if I'm not back in the house in an hour, will you come get me? Because it means that so sometimes he's like, I don't know exactly what you're doing, but if you're telling me to check on you, I know I need to just check on you, Yeah. Yes. And yeah, sometimes it's when you get in the zone. I've even had where I'll listen to war drama or Hating or Fawn, and I just get so into it that I'm just I get in almost a trance state, especially with Hailing. If you've never heard of them, they're so amazing. One of my favorite bands in the world. They literally just do pagan rituals. That's what their concerts are. So, yeah, yeah, you were, yeah, yeah. Like I've even, I mean, I remember one night I meditated. My husband was waiting for dinner, and he was like, "Were you meditating that whole time?" I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, "I'm sorry," because I'm like, "Oh, I can meditate before dinner, no big deal," because like it's two adults, we're big, so in a meditative, yeah. I have like a friend, he's just amazing. He can meditate for extremely long periods of time, and but he's like just so nice to hang around with because he's just very calm and peaceful. And so it's just like, just when you're around him, like you just literally feel like any weight of the world that you're holding, it just like disappears when you're around him. And he's just like this quiet, beautiful man that just, he can just meditate like nobody's business. So it's just really beautiful. I learned a lot about meditation from him because I really feel like I wasn't doing it right before. And then he really guided me to a great place. So yeah, and it's hard to work on that balance. And there's so many different techniques out there because not all of them are going to work. Like some people, it might work, all of them might work, but like different things. Because I've had students who've asked me, they're like, well, how do you get into this state? And like the way I get in doesn't necessarily work for them. So, I try to teach all the techniques that I can because some people need different things. Like there's some that don't work for me. I did a guided meditation one time and it was extremely long and very guided. So like when I do guided meditations, I try to pause so that you can actually experience the situation. But yeah, the guided meditations where it's like an hour or 2 hours of just literally somebody telling you a story and you don't really like get into it, like you don't have that time, if that makes sense. Because sometimes like when I'm in a guided meditation, I need to like, if they're like, you're arriving in a forest, okay, let me arrive in the forest, let me get the feel for the forest, don't go really fast. But yeah, like one of the longest meditations I ever had, it was just one of those, yeah, there we go, yep, yeah. And I try to pause, like I have like I mean, I do Monday meditation on my Patreon for my Patreon members, but I try to pause long enough so that, because everybody's gonna have a different experience. And like, I don't know, I guess gently guided should be like the term used. I like the gently guided. I don't like the ones where they're like gonna guide you to exactly what's going to happen, because meditation is so spiritual, I think. At least for me, it's very spiritual. So, yeah, I loved Jason Stevenson and Jess Shepherd. Guided meditations were my go-tos. Oh, thank you. That's always, it's always great. That's what I love about this, is we can learn so much from each other. And I love the comments. So thank you so much, Majestic Rose, because like it will help. And I do, for those that don't know, I do post the replays on my YouTube and my Patreon. So if you come in and you weren't here for the whole time and you're like, oh, I want to watch the whole one, you can go to Patreon or YouTube, and it is in my bio link in the bio. It'll take you to all the places where you can follow me. But I do think it's really important that we each learn and grow from each other, because so many people have like beautiful things that they can share with us. And especially when I see really cute, when I see I shouldn't say cute, when I see comments that I feel are really beneficial, I always try to like say them, because I'm sure that they will benefit other people. So, yes, you're correct, Majestic. We all have wisdom within us. We do. And we need to grow from each other's wisdom. God, how wonderful would our like world be if we could all just like be like calm and serene and share wisdom? Like we would really be like the top species, I mean, are we really the top species, or are we like predator or prey, But I think that wisdom can break us out. Oh, thank you. That's so sweet. So glad you're here. So, and Bren and I are here doing Tuesday tarots every Tuesday. We're doing Pluto on Thursday for my spiritual panel. So spiritual panel, we're just finishing up the 10-week series on the planets, and it's how we can use the planetary energy in our spiritual practice and in astrology. So that's really fun. Oh, and I think we lost Bren. It happens every once in a while. We'll see if he comes back. And then Sunday is the last chapter in Anatomy of Spirit by Carolyn Miss. It's been a really great book. And for those that, if like you have not been to any of the chapters, I literally have done a chapter a week since April. So it's been 2 months. And we just literally have the discussion on the chapter a week. And so that does also, I do replay that too. So that's also on my YouTube and my Patreon. Because we can learn and grow so much from and especially like, it's so beautiful when we get like great comments and have good panels. I have cards that have houses, planets, signs, and others. Oh, fun. There are like so many great cards out there and they say what they mean together. Ooh, that sounds really fun. There's so many cool cards. I just recently, in my coven, somebody does, like a mini class, during our coven, and, they were talking about soul cards. I'd heard about them, but I didn't really know what they were. Cause I'm just kind of like, it's something else to learn, but I'm like, oh, this is really cool. So something I actually do want to like learn more about. It's so hard because there's so many beautiful things out there that we can grow from. I love that. Let's see. It's helped me see places that are doing energetically. Yep. No, we do. And it can help us. Yeah. So apparently it's a process. You make your own soul cards and then there's like kind of guidelines on how to make them. Yeah. They're soul cards. Let me just make sure I have like the right name. It's soul collage, and then you make soul collage cards. And they're bigger. They're like, this is kind of a big one because it's almost as big as my hand, but her cards are like 5x7. So they're not like easy to shuffle, but she said that like when you make your own, so you're making a collage and then you're like giving guidelines on like the specifics. So, yeah, it sounds really, really cool. So I'm something I'm going to look into, but, there's a lot of really neat processes out there that a lot of people in the spiritual community have come up with where they've taken their beautiful wisdom and they're able to share it with everybody in the community. And I think that's like so fantastic. It's so great to be able to have that. So, always great for us to live and learn and grow more. So, always really, really fabulous. And I love that. And we have such a beautiful spiritual community here on TikTok too. Lots of great people here. So, all right. If there's, we'll stay on for a little longer, and I'll take any other things. Yeah, we do have a beautiful spiritual community. I know Azrael kept telling me, he's like, you got to go, like he'd message me and say, you got to start going on TikTok. And I was like, I don't have time. Like, I'm like, whatever. And then he's like, no, come on, you got to come up. So, he's here in the same area that I am. So I'm like, okay, fine, I'll go up. And we do have a very beautiful spiritual community. So, lots of amazing people. So, and we need that. The world needs that. We need that beautiful divine light and that divine love that everybody can share. And, so we can grow spiritually and all become enlightened, right? Like there's a good goal. Let me run for Miss USA and I'll say, my goal is that everybody become enlightened and share peace. Right? I know I'm thinking about like Miss Congeniality, how like she's like teaching the protection when she does her thing. And then she's like, and peace. I don't know if you guys remember that movie. That movie is like, my daughters loved that movie. So we watched it quite frequently when they were little. Well, not little, when they were like teenagers, but yeah. See, okay, good. You understand. I know. It is a good movie. It's funny. I was never like a pageant girl. So, it is interesting to watch. I had friends who did pageants and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy stuff. But, yeah, so that was a fun movie. So, wonderful, wonderful. Well, everybody, I think we're going to wrap up for the night. Thank you so much for joining. Just as I'm here every Tuesday doing 1-card tarots. Oh, Freaky Friday. That's a fun one. I remember the first one that had Jodie Foster in it. Like, that's an old one. I don't know if it came out like right after I was born or if it came out while I was like a young child, but yeah, I remember that first one. Yeah, and I kind of liked it. Like, I like Jamie Lee Curtis, but I don't know, Lindsay Lohan, just something about her. My kids liked Lindsay, but I was not a huge Lindsay Lohan fan. But yeah, the original Freaky Friday. Let's bring Jodie Foster back. Let's put her in let's just bring her back. But all right. So thank you, everybody. I'm here. Oh, yes, I agree. Originals are the best. We don't need to change things. Don't fix it if it's not broken, right? So I am live on Tuesdays with Tuesday Tarot at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Spiritual Panel is every Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then Sunday is Witchy Book Club at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're finishing up Anatomy of the Spirit by Carolyn Miss, and then so for June, we'll be doing Spiral Dance by Starhawk. So I'm really excited about that. So it'll be a lot of fun. And we do a chapter a week. So you don't have to feel like, oh, I've got to read this book in a week. You get literally, there's time. We break it down. It's kind of fun to break it down chapter by chapter because you actually can deep dive and learn a whole lot more than you expect when you deep dive. So, especially when we can do it like, it's not like college where you have to like hurry and cram and write your essay. So that's kind of nice. So as always, everybody, thank you so much for all of the likes. I totally appreciate it. And all the gifts. So many beautiful, wonderful, generous people. Always appreciated, never expected. As always, have a beautiful evening. Merry meet, merry part, bright blessings, and namaste.